Right, so probably like I got in the club and probably within 15 minutes, I opened her, the one that I pulled. The biggest thing was I just showed intent. I just grabbed her arm. I looked her in the eyes, pulled her to me, and then I noticed something about her. I said, "Oh well, I've never kissed a girl with braces," and I just showed intent from the very beginning, and then it was an instant makeout. She had to go to the restroom, so I just waited for her. She's like, "Just stay right here." I knew that if I left, I could just tell that instant makeout. It was on, and just the vibe she was giving me, I just knew it was on. So I just waited there, and she come out, and I was trying to pull her outside so we could go talk, so I could isolate her, and I could lead her. She had to talk to her friends first, though, so she's like, "Just wait here. I have to talk to them." And it was a bunch of guys. So she went and talked to them, and what I found out later was that they were...
No, I'm good. Thank you.
The biggest thing was that, like, when I talked to her later, was that they were telling her basically not to go with me the whole time. And it showed them on their part, I think it was, like, really needy on their part. Like, they said don't do it, so she wanted to do it even more. And me, I just kind of like, no big deal. I just didn't show any need for it. It was just kind of like, it is what it is. Pretty high value, I think I was giving off. Put her outside, told her something. I wanted to take her to my favorite spot in Vegas. I don't know if I can, though. I kind of just met her. She's like, "Oh, well, can you give me a ride home?" So instantly I knew that the thoughts that she was already thinking about going home with me. She was already thinking about, if I go home with you, will you give me a ride home? And so I read that. So instantly I was like, "Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you have your stamp? Cool. Let's go." And I pulled her out. The biggest thing was like that I've learned was that the whole set slow down so much that I could see her reactions and how she's feeling and the things that she says, that I can point out and be like, okay, well, this is on. As soon as she said, can you take me home? I knew that what she was thinking already was that she was implying herself already coming home with me. So I put her out of the club. She's like, "Where are we going? Are we leaving?" I was like, "Yeah, but we have the stamps. We'll be right back." Got to the car, took her home. Should I go into... Okay. So we got back there. I poured a glass of wine. I don't drink. I just did it to make her feel more at ease. Like, why are we there? It's for the after party. So we got there. We're just listening to music and stuff, and then I just started making out with her, and then that was it. The whole time her friends were texting her saying, "Oh, well, where are you? Where are you? We're at the club. We don't see you." And she wasn't telling me this at all. Like, I didn't know until after the fact. So they were telling her the whole time, like, "Where are you? Get over here." And so she just wanted to be there. I didn't drag her anywhere. I guess I showed enough value that she wanted to be there. This is what she was going to do, and that was it. And then when it come down to it, she was giving me head and stuff, but she wouldn't let me, like, pull down her panties at all. But I remembered the night before. Should I get into that? I mean, I don't know. And then, but I remember the night before, like, she didn't, somebody was talking about how they don't want to feel like a slut. So some of them won't let you take them off or get undressed, fully undressed. But as soon as that happened, I didn't really think twice. I didn't freak out or nothing. I was like, this is what I need to do. Baby step, baby step. And then so I just slid them to the side. No big deal. Now they're not off. So it was just funny how everything just fell into place, and I didn't freak out over any little thing. As soon as something got in the way, like the friends or whatever, I could put her at ease and, like, no big deal. We're gonna be right back. They're not even gonna miss you or nothing. Or as soon as that got in the way, it was just kind of like, oh, that doesn't mean no. That just means go at it at a different angle. I think that was the biggest thing was that, and then we closed. And then I closed from that. And then her friends were texting her so much, she's like, all right, well, we got to go back because my friends are texting me. And that's when I found out all this. And even talking to her after that was like, I asked her, I said, why did, well, how come your friends just don't, like, obviously they want to get with you or something. She's like, well, they don't come at it like a man. They just kind of beat around the bush, or they just want to tell me what I can or cannot do. And I think that's one of the biggest things why I did pull that was that I show entitlement, but I didn't show neediness at all. Because it was like, the whole time I told her, I was like, if you want to leave, you can leave whenever. No big deal. We don't have to do this. There's nothing. Let's just have fun. And that's it. I showed no neediness, and then it just kind of, everything fell into place. I think that was the biggest thing why it went down the way it went down.
That was good. What about the pull after that?
And then the pull after that, I didn't really open her in the line. I was just trying to, I don't want to say get in state, but I was just self-amusing in the line. We weren't inside, so everyone acts a little different, like we were talking earlier. Everyone acts a little different outside the club. So we were just self-amusing, talking to everybody, and some people were just like probably looking at us like, oh, they're so obnoxious, this and that. And then this one girl that was standing right next to us in line was doing that. She didn't acknowledge us at all or anything. And finally we got inside. Probably within another, again, it happened so quick. It seems like the pulls, they happen so quick. It was probably 30 minutes in the club. I seen her. I was like, oh, well, I know you. I seen you in the line. She was a little sketched at first, but then I just got real with her because she already seen me over the top that I don't care, maybe that high value, but I didn't have to do that again. I seen her, so I just was real with her. Just started talking to her. Hi, how are you? This and that. Oh, and then she opened up. She was real nice. With that said, I got really real with her. Just like, oh, let me show you pictures of, this is my hiking pictures, and this is my dog, and just to show a lot of comfort. Because in the beginning, I know I showed zero comfort. I just showed that I don't care. Like, it's not a big deal to me. So with that said was the biggest thing. I just showed a lot of comfort. Like, I am real. This is who I am. And then I would just throw like man to woman in there every now and then after that. And then we were looking at the pictures and stuff, and I would just try to keep leading her to different spots. I probably led her around like 2 or 3 times to a different area. Come sit down. I tried to show like empathy, like, oh, I'm sure your feet hurt. Let's go sit over here. To try to just show more comfort for her. Let's go to the dance floor, see this. Oh, come over here. And probably like the 3rd or 4th time I moved her, I pulled the, oh, well, you seem really cool. I'd like to show you my favorite spot in Vegas, but I don't know if I can. And then after that, she's like, where's that at? I'm like, well, here, do you have your stamp? I'll show you. And there was no, I feel like I showed so much comfort. She wasn't worried about it. I was like, oh, she just come right with me. No struggle at all. She just came, and we went to the hot tub. We went back to my place. We went to the hot tub. It just, I wasn't, and this one, I did not kiss her, or there was almost, on a scale from 1 to 10, there was probably like maybe a 2, maybe a 3 for escalation. I did not show a lot of escalation at all. I think it was more or less eye contact and like feeling, and then throwing out like certain words like man to woman and stuff. But for that one, I just built the tension, because what I was doing early on, I feel, was that I would escalate a lot in the club, but then I was I was building the tension, but then I was releasing the tension. As in, like, we would do a lot of things in the club so that I couldn't pull them because they would know what's going to happen. So for this one, I did not kiss her at all in the club. I didn't, hug her too much. It was very minimal. And even when we got back home, like, we went to a hot tub, dipped our feet in, and then, I got to look up this song. I want to show you this song. So we went up to my room, another excuse. And then after that, then I started escalating. Then I made the kiss and stuff. And, and then just closed. And it all went smooth. Even after that, it was just a lot of comfort. You could tell that she was really comfortable. And that was the biggest thing, that I was real and I showed a lot of comfort. And I just passed all those tests. And then we just went back and it went like excellent. She was leaving the next morning anyway, so that's pretty much how that went. Yeah, I know in the beginning I was doing a lot of self-amusement, but I wasn't relatable at all. So it was really throwing it off. Like, I could tell they would hook, but I would lose them because I wasn't relatable. And then I started trying to get relatable. And as soon as I did that and started building comfort, I could tell, like, the set would hook really good. And it seems like a big time is just the logistics. Like, the friend it would hook really good, everything's going good, and then the friend would come pull him away for some reason. Or the wing I had at the time just or the friend just wouldn't wing the way, like, it's not their fault. They just weren't compatible, so that would blow up. So it seems like there's so many logistical reasons why it just wouldn't pull. But I could tell that the interaction was just, like, so much better. I could be that over-the-top person in the beginning, but then just back it down and be real with them. And as soon as I show them that I'm a real person, it's like, bam, it's on. And, like, there was a set last night. Same thing, I opened them in the line, but I was just being normal, not a big deal, funny.
How's everything here, guys? Good? Doing well, yeah. Do you like some coffee? No, I'm good. We're about to take off. Good to see you, thanks.
And then I opened the set again when I seen him in the club, and it was just a lot of comfort, just real easy going. But the friend was kind of all over the place, and that was just messing up the whole set the whole time. And I just knew that it was going to be a problem. So, but I definitely could tell, like, as soon as I built the comfort, like, it would be on. But there's just so many logistics in Vegas that it was just not working out. A lot of times, that's just what it was.